the last thing that I need is just like a disembodied coming through a wall.
No, the way gets when it approaches an eye is
It's
actually like
not.
a supernova.
It's
like
so bad.
It hurts bad.
It's horrible.
Like, it's so intense.
Welcome to None of My Business, a show that brings you someone's most intimate sex and relationship stories. I'm your host, Sophia Benoit. Each week, we'll have a guest on to spill all the juicy details of an anonymous person's love life. But before we get to that, let me introduce my co-host, Kelsey June Jensen. Kelsey, hello.
Sophia, hello.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Okay.
Today's story is going to be really fun.
Great.
We have a really exciting guest as well, which I feel like I'm saying every single time, but we do.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. I'll introduce that in a second. But first, there's all these TikTok videos about people being like, oh, like you and Dave are BFFs. You guys are so close.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's like a trend on TikTok and with younger people of people being like, it's weird when my friend is close to my boyfriend, or, you know, there's people that think it's weird.
Yeah. I mean, the circumstances, it just varies, you know. It also depends on like how they're treating the relationship, if they're inappropriate.
I need you to get a boyfriend so that I can have a little buddy.
It's so like,
I know that might not be your journey, but I need it.
I just like can't imagine that. I like can't imagine that because
you think I'm not nice to men.
No, well, it's okay. So there's a few parts here.
There's some moving pieces.
There's some moving pieces. One, Sophia's a great friend and really.
I'm scared of what's coming next.
Well, you are. She's a great friend. She's protective and
mean to all the men I try to date.
I wouldn't say mean, but she's got.
I have very high standards for them.
Super high, and she's got her glasses on, and she is not smiling. No, you are. I'm kidding. No,
I'm like, do you know?
What?
Do you know, this is also my celebrity lookalike. What's the super nanny? The British lady. Is it super nanny? What's her name?
Oh, Nanny 911.
Yes. That's
Sophia.
That's me Sophia. With your boyfriends. I come in and I am not messing around.
Yeah, but for good reason, because
they're
clearly,
yeah,
they're messing around. I'm single. So.
Yeah. There's no discipline in the household, and I come in and I lay down the law.
I just feel like if I got a boyfriend, he would come in and ruin the dynamic that you, me, and Dave have. Your boyfriend.
No,
the
I know.
Three of us.
Yeah, we are goofing off all the time.
We are. I love your boyfriend.
Maybe what we need to do is actually work backwards. And I go out and make a friend with a guy.
Okay.
And then I'm just like, whoever I pick, or maybe I pick like 3 or 4 friends. Like I just make some male friends.
Yeah.
And then you can date from that pool of men.
Well, actually, sure. Be my guest. Send me up on a date. Would love to.
I would love to.
Let's see what we got.
I don't know how I would make male friends in this economy, but
I'm scared of that. I don't know.
Everyone's scared. Well, there's like a male loneliness epidemic. Like there's got to be somebody that's willing to be my friend.
Actually, I think that could be really lovely because I'm going for a specific type of person that has always ended me up where I am now. So
I would look for things that you like. Like I would be like, do you like pool? And can you comfort Kelsey when she loses at pool? Because she will lose at pool and then cry. Or not cry, but just be really hard on herself. Yeah. I would look for...
Yeah. Can you handle the breakdown? And the self-destruction?
Yeah. That she can't deal with loud noises from trucks. So she hates that. So you're going to need to protect her in those situations. What else are you looking for in a man? I really can't think. Just kidding.
Good hygiene.
Yeah.
They drink water.
I would look for like a funny guy.
Okay, funny.
But like I'm saying, like if he could hang, like.
But here's the thing, though. I don't know. Here's why I'm scared, Sophia, because when I say I like a funny guy, you're like, that guy's not funny. He was not funny. But to me, I was laughing.
Well, here's the thing about you is it's so sweet. It reminds me so much of how men think of funny, which a man often describes like, oh, I want a woman with a sense of humor. Like I want to date a funny woman. But what they mean is they want to do jokes and then a woman like adoringly looks up at them and laughs.
Yeah.
And to guys, I feel like there's like the stereotype that like they think that woman's funny because she laughed at their jokes. And that is you. You will literally be like, he was so funny. And then I'm like, what did he say that was funny? And you're like, I don't know. I was kind of like, we were playing pool and I was like pretending to do something. And I'm like, so you were funny.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but he was able to go along with it. And I'm like, no, he just laughed at your joke.
Yeah. And I'm like, he was so funny.
Yeah, he
didn't crack any jokes
or say anything funny.
Yeah. Remember the guy the other day he said a joke that I thought was funny, but he actually wasn't trying to joke at all. It was just...
You came up to me and you were like, he's doing so many jokes. I was like, Kelsey, that man was serious.
Yeah. He was stone cold serious.
Kind of honestly like a little bit maybe
Should I tell the
even
story? It's
rude.
actually so funny.
It's so funny. Tell it. Go for
I
it.
have to. Okay, we were like all out at this wine bar. And then one of our friends, like mutual friends, comes and we're talking and whatever, just get to talking. And then we decide after like maybe an hour, hour and a half, we decide to go to a different bar. And so then we're all walking away, group is going off, and then he grabs my shoulder and pulls me back and he goes, wait, did you have any more questions for me?
Because we had asked him questions about himself because men, don't ask
Right,
questions.
Right.
But he really was serious about
I
like,
thought it was so funny.
that wasn't a joke at all. That man really thought that maybe you had more questions for him. Like you're an interviewer.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I was like, Kelsey, that was bad. That wasn't good. Well, it's like,
Yeah.
you kind of have to be a little bit self-absorbed if you think that people are asking you questions out of like, do
Maybe-
you have more for me? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man.
Well, maybe he meant it as a joke. I think he meant it as a joke. I think he meant it as a joke. He did. Shut up.
They're so funny, these men.
They're hilarious.
Can't stop laughing.
I literally can't stop laughing about it.
God.
I've told
Okay,
everybody
well,
that.
I need you to actually find a funny man and then he can hang out with us.
Maybe, but the actual funny ones that have been depressed and upset.
Yeah, of course they
So-
are. That's like 90% of men. That's all we've got. If a man isn't depressed, gross. Like, gross if he is, but gross.
Do you
Come
see?
on.
Like, there's no winning. I don't know what to do.
Of course there's
I don't
not
know what to
winning. You're
do.
dating men. I mean, me too. Of course.
Not to bring
I don't
it back
think
to this, but maybe just a magician kind of is the answer because they're quiet.
You're slyly sneaking in.
A magician.
But they don't have a sense of humor. Like, there's nothing
they do
more
with props.
humorless.
They'd be like, and then I'd
That's
be
not
like,
funny. That's not funny.
I would like it. I'd be like, thank you. Just don't say anything. Just play with the duck.
You think that you would like that if you were in a relationship with a man who's doing goofball stuff in the fucking kitchen?
Wait,
While
I
you're
would like it.
like cooking eggs, and he's like, and you're like, you in a hurry, and you're like, oh my god, I'm running late, and this guy's like, my coin, oh my god, you would make fun of that man, and you would belittle him.
Ew, ew, ew. Okay, if I was running late, like, don't do
You're always running late. You're always running late. This would be a problem every single fucking day.
Oh my god, oh my god.
You're making your disgusting ground turkey and rice that you bring over to my house and leave in my fridge for 8 years. And it would be in your little sealed Tupperware. Sorry to get intimate here. And you would
Literally.
be in the
And it
middle of
smells so
making
bad.
that. Smells
Yeah.
disgusting like a fart. I'm so sorry.
It's the turkey.
It's
It's
the
not
turkey.
like it's
It's
the
everybody.
turkey.
It's
It's the
not
turkey.
her turkey.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
everybody's ground turkey. You open that up.
I know.
Fart. And then it's disgusting. You're in the middle of making that, running late, freaking out.
Yeah.
And this man is here being like,
Pulling a rabbit out of a
scarf.
hat.
Yeah. He's like, do you want to
Yeah.
see a new card trick? No, I don't.
There's like pigeons flying around our apartment constantly.
Shitting, crapping everywhere. Because like somebody has to own the pigeon that the magician.
That's fine. Actually, I would love to. I've been interested in pigeons recently. I'm serious.
What the fuck? Sorry. No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
Sorry to call fucking foul on this.
It's not a
Foul
foul. It's
of
not
the
a foul.
play.
It's
You
not a
have-
foul. I haven't interested because I've been seeing some really nice videos of them.
Stop it. What is going on in
Why
your...
do you think I'm lying? I'm not lying.
Okay, well, I think I'm going to go back to my plan of I make some friends for us and we go from there because I can't have you with a man that owns birds. I'm sorry, huge red flag.
I owned birds.
Is a
I owned birds. Keep in mind, I'm a bird person and a reptile person.
Look, women can be into exotic pets and it can be really, like, they can still be hot. That's like, it's not a deal breaker for women. I'm sorry that there's a double standard. And what if they were switched? If they were switched and men own exotic pets, it's disgusting.
Okay.
It's ponytail. It's like male ponytail.
Ponytail.
Low
It is
pony.
ponytail.
Low pony.
It's low pony. I wouldn't
Like
mind
kind
it,
of
though.
balding too. Low pony.
Okay. Okay, I know exactly what you mean.
That's
With
magicians.
square little glasses.
Oh, little square glasses.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
Like
and
really
guess what?
wiry frames. Yeah. Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like they do not
Yeah.
know about composite
Okay,
frames.
No magicians, no reptiles, no birds. But I.
These
will-
are great rules. Oh my God. Thank God we have this on camera.
Okay, it's
Thank
on camera.
God.
But
Thank
those
God.
those will be my. How
Those-
about I introduce him to those? Actually, okay. You know what? Just set me on a damn date. Let's
I'm
see.
going
Let's
to.
see what
All
happens.
right. We're going to get into today's episode before I get too far down the
super
path of how to
scared.
fix you. So today's guest, I've interviewed somebody anonymously before the show, got all of their stories, everything from the weirdest places they had sex to their worst ex to just all kinds of stuff. And I asked this person all these questions, anonymized their answers. We wrote them on cute little note cards. And then we're going to have our guest on. I'll tell you who it is in a second.
Okay.
Our guest is going to read them out to us. And I'm sure that our guest will also be sharing some of his own stories, his own gossip and lore and I'm gonna, you're gonna be sharing stories too, I'm sure, about
I'm
the
sure.
crazy things that are happening to you. No judgment, just excitement, just real excitement. Today's guest is Charlie Bardey. He is so funny. We are both obsessed with him. He has the best tweets and Twitter of all time. He has a great show called Exploration Live. That's his podcast. And just he tours as a stand-up. He's so funny.
Hilarious.
His mind is just unbelievably beautiful. So I'm very excited that he is going to be sharing our anonymous stories today. Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Kind
no
of like
problem.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. kind
Yeah,
of
that's
vibes.
very sweet. I feel really welcome.
Yeah, like, welcome.
And are we in it right now?
We're in it.
Oh
It's
my
nice.
God.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. I have just been introduced, and it is an honor to be here. I really quickly want to speak to the viewers and say that I didn't remember that podcasts are films now, and so I'm wearing shorts. And I want to calibrate for everybody who's listening. You are listening to someone who's currently wearing shorts. So,
Think about that.
yeah,
It is-
don't take what I say too seriously, because when you're wearing
These games
shorts,
are
it's
out.
like, imagine like a president wearing shorts. It's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. Like,
Well,
we
they
can't
thought a
listen to this
tan
guy.
suit was the problem, but like shorts.
Right, imagine.
Right.
I'd be...
But in a way, take things more seriously. Sure. You know,
well, it
There's-
does have the
there's-
thing of like, when someone is like so accomplished and undeniable that they don't have to dress nice.
Exactly.
It's Adam Sandler.
It's
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like his talent is just undeniable. It's
Right.
like you can wear that.
Right,
Billie
exactly.
Eilish,
Yeah.
you can wear
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
try to
Girl.
treat me like that.
Oh,
Try to
and we
ima-
are.
Mhm,
And we
thank
are.
you. By the way, I feel it.
Yeah. Good.
No.
I feel like
we
you're
have-
treating me with an Adam Sandler level of respect.
You can make any film
Yeah.
you want.
Thank
And
you.
Millions of dollars in the bank.
Yes.
I'm
Please.
like, okay, shoot.
Hubie Halloween 4.
Yeah.
Go for it.
We are going to do another Don't Mess with the Zohan. I know the timing isn't great, but
It's going to be really good. So, Charlie, do you know how this works? Do you have a little bit of an understanding?
I have a little bit of an understanding from an email I read.
Okay,
great.
And that's,
And we had a long time to go over it beforehand, but we didn't do that because
we
we
didn't.
were talking about other stuff and having fun.
we really were. We were talking about safety of motorcycles and scooters.
Yeah.
Like some really important podcast
Helmets.
stuff.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were basically all saying that we all want to get our motorcycle licenses, even though we know the risks.
We know.
We all separately were like, we've heard how dangerous, loved ones have told us how dangerous they are.
Yeah.
And we were all like, nevertheless, we want
will.
that.
Yeah.
This brings me
we'll be
to
doing that.
actually a really good segue into kind of an introduction of you,
Mm-hmm.
which I knew I was going to say on the show, and I was like, "Don't say it, be normal."
Mm-hmm.
But it's that you've written maybe 8 of my top 10 favorite tweets of
Oh my
all
God.
time,
Thank you.
Yes.
including
Mm-hmm.
the tweet about Noinky Persoinky. Nevertheless, she
Thank you.
persisted.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate it.
I was telling people earlier today, I was like, this is my maybe number 1 or 2 intrusive thought is Noinky Persoinky.
Noinky
I've heard
Persoinky.
you say that before.
Really?
It's
I'm
so
like, let's
important
get
to-
a fact check on
You're
that.
like, really, really,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
That's true.
And
Yes,
I bring it up to people as if we all know about Noinky Persoinky sometimes, and they're like, no, we don't.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for your service
Oh my God.
online.
Well,
Yeah.
you and I really spent and are spending even time in the Twitter mines.
We are.
And have been for like a decade, I want to
It's
say.
kind of scary for us.
We've been, it's like if you counted the hours,
Black lung
Yeah.
holy
You guys
cow.
have history.
We have
It's
history.
been-
I mean, we've been
yeah.
mutuals forever.
forever.
Uh-huh.
They won't let us stop.
They won't let us stop.
They should
Yeah.
have.
I mean, it's like we also are kind of like eye to eye. It's like we're going down together.
I won't leave.
I won't leave either.
They won't. They won't.
You
just
guys are
can't.
on the Titanic together.
We are on the
Oh.
You guys are
Titanic
playing.
together.
We're like having a
Yeah.
like a dance battle on the Titanic.
Exactly.
And everyone else
To
like,
the sad
stop,
violin.
stop.
Doing little like
Yeah.
aphorisms
Yeah,
on their
yeah,
Titanic.
yeah.
We're like, the thing of when the juice is warm, it shouldn't be like that or
And they're
whatever.
like, get it, stop.
People
stop.
are like, we don't need the aphorisms right now.
Yeah.
Hang tight on the
There's
aphorisms.
people drowning already.
Yeah.
Stop.
I think that boat left with like 18 seats.
Yeah,
And we're like,
exactly. We're like,
Yeah.
so the way that this show works is
Okay.
that before this show happened, I interviewed a person. I took their information. I anonymized anything that I thought would identify who they are. And I asked them questions like, what's the best sex you've ever had?
Cool.
Yes. Who's your worst
Yes.
ex? And then I wrote down all that information. We printed it out on cards, which you have never seen any of the cards. You
No.
don't know who you're going to be playing.
No.
You don't know any of the stories you're going to tell. Kelsey also doesn't know anything about what's happening.
Fun.
I know.
Okay.
So
That's good
you
for
guys are
us.
both
Yeah.
going to be reacting. And today you're going to be Gwen. And before we get started, I just want to give everybody a quick heads up about Gwen. She and I talked a bunch. So Gwen uses she, her pronouns in her personal life and with friends and family. However, in her public life, public facing life, she uses he, him pronouns. And she was very clear that she was like, I am fine with you using both on the show interchangeably.
Okay.
There are things that are going to come up where Gwen is going to say like, I'm a bigger guy or stuff like that. Gwen knows that that's in here.
Yeah.
Gwen's very comfortable with that.
Okay.
It's part of the story that Gwen is out to some people, not out to others. So just as a note for everybody,
Gotcha.
all pronouns are going to be okay.
Cool.
This is going to be a take it easy situation.
Yes,
Yeah.
Gwen was like very
The
much
MO
like
is take it easy.
Yeah.
Relax about it.
Yeah.
Just chill
Have some
out.
fun.
We're all
exactly.
good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's time to get a little randy.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and
For
open
once.
for
Okay.
once in our
Let
life for
us.
the first
Come on.
time. Time to get horny.
And I can open the envelope.
You can open the envelope.
By the
This-
way, already I'm like, this is a sexual action.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's very
Yeah.
like I mean
It is,
even
but
at
now I'm like,
Oscars, it's
the
loaded.
ripping sound is not quite so sexual, but the
But
opening
imagine,
of it.
but imagine if you had like a
if you
letter
had like a
opener.
little, exactly.
We need like a bedazzled letter opener to give to the guest.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
like eye
Yeah.
contact.
I
That would be
agree.
really fun.
And opening
yeah.
it.
Dagger even.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
a dagger.
This is, I want to say, this is a ton of cards.
It is, but
Not in a judgmental way. I
a little
know that
bit.
this is going to be fun and good, and I trust you guys completely.
Yeah.
it's also just
little
like
bit of reading.
this is kind of a jumping off point for us all.
Mm-hmm.
And we're stop at any time and say whatever you want to say. Share stuff about yourself, your friends, anybody. Call out your friends if you want.
No, by name, I don't care.
we can
it-
bleep.
We
Or
can bleep
not.
things or not,
Yeah.
not bleep things. But if at any point you want to stop and comment on it or tell us anything, we want that.
Okay,
Before we get started, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about Gwen.
gotcha.
More information. Gwen is 35 and lives in Kansas City, Missouri. Woo! And here are two pieces of Gwen's business that I'm going to give you before to give you a little character information. She says her deal breaker is sports cars. I don't, this is in quotes, I don't date guys my own age really because I'm not into teaching someone how to be a grown up or doing their laundry or making doctor's appointments. So I date a lot of older guys, but I always ask if they have a sports car. It's a deal breaker because it's giving midlife crisis.
Wow. Okay.
And I do think that's a good, it's a good rule.
Yeah.
I understand. I mean, I'm sympathetic, and I know that to be like a woman dating men, just dating straight men, dating men, there's like a lot of stuff you kind of have to navigate. And
Yeah.
I totally get why someone would want to be self-protective.
Yeah.
You gotta sometimes. You have to have lines. I asked Gwen where some of the craziest places she's ever had sex are, and she says that she has had sex in a lot of interesting places, including Arrowhead Stadium, which is where the Chiefs play.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay.
She was on a date, and it was in the handicap stall of the bathrooms on the 200 level where the suites are during a Chiefs game.
Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
hot.
did the Chiefs win that game? Do you know?
I do not think that Gwen knows because she was like, I'll be honest, I was
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
tipsy and I was just on a date and I don't care about football. And I was
Okay.
like,
Right.
have fun, Gwen.
Well, that is kind of the cool thing about sports, or like when sports allow for like other fun stuff to happen around it. Like I wish
yeah.
I went to a baseball game for like the first time in forever recently, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fun! You get to drink
Yeah.
outside, like
And yell
it's so
at
fun.
men at their job.
yeah,
Yes,
it's like this is
and they
perfect.
love it.
I love
right?
Yeah.
And it's so long that you're like, I'm not even expected to really pay attention.
No.
and nothing
You're having
really
your own
happens
Until the
Experience,
end,
yeah.
when then all of a sudden it matters.
All of a sudden,
I
you're like, oh my god,
Yes.
love
Oh,
sports.
yeah, we won.
I love. I'm chatting it up. I'm drinking. I'm
so
eating
fun.
popcorn. I'm eating foods that I like hate.
Yeah,
hate,
yeah, yeah.
But I'm
but
like,
I
this
love.
is amazing. Yes.
It's disgusting.
I'm doing things I don't normally do.
No.
In a sports game. Yeah.
Screaming.
in the 200 level
Yeah.
suites.
Oh.
I'm sucking and fucking in the handicap stall sometimes. Sometimes you
I
have to.
wish, Yeah.
So the rest of Gwen's story you're going to be giving us, and are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
All right. So here's a little bit of backstory about Gwen. Gwen, when did you realize that you were attracted to men?
I grew up in a very conservative part of San Antonio in a very religious family. I went to church every Sunday and also to a private Christian high school. I grew up learning that being gay was evil. You could have gotten expelled from my high school not only for being gay, but for doing anything that supported homosexuality. But I'd known I liked men since I was 13. Everyone else was getting crushes on girls, and I was more interested in what girls were wearing. This sounds insane, but I always thought someday I'm going to meet a woman I want to marry, and this will all go away. Even through early college, I was like, one day I'll be like, vaginas are fine. This was the age of big desktop computers, and I had the power strip right below my big toe. I could turn that computer off so fast.
Oh,
So relatable to have to
I
like.
mean, like,
literally,
yeah,
literally.
Like, right?
right.
Yes.
It's like the systems we construct.
Yeah.
I knew how to clear history, clear cache, and cookies, but I was Googling naked men and then telling myself that it was because I was interested in gym stuff, but it didn't ever work out. But the internet led me to having sex eventually. Oh my God, it's actually totally relatable.
Yeah.
It is. The things I was looking up, and then I was so lucky because our main computer for my sister and I was down in our basement, and like you had to come down the stairs, and there was a light switch at the top of the stairs. And so I always would turn the light switch off, go down that way. As soon as the light came on,
like,
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, Barbie Magic Hairstyler instead of like, it was like bighonking-titties.com or something.
Exactly.
Like it was like the most disgusting things.
Did you clear your browser history?
I
There's
learned how to
definitely more
think.
disgusting
Did we know
stuff than
about that?
bighonking-titties.com.
Yeah.
That was just
Let's give credit. Bighonking-titties.com is honestly on the wholesome side of what porn is out
I didn't
there.
understand as a kid that there would be like a place to search that was a porn site. I could only figure out that like I had to think of it and put it in the browser, and I had to like know the website. So it was like boobs.com,
Right.
Yeah.
like sex.com. Like it
Right.
was like the only things I could think of.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so cute. You're like sex like .com. Like you're
it
like
has to be there.
sex.org. Like let's see. Let's visit the organization.
Sex.net.
See-
Yeah.
What do we got?
It's also so like kind of funny and heartbreaking, the like self delusion that goes on when you're a kid and you're like gay and you're like trying not to be gay, where you're just like, yeah, I'm looking up naked guy out of curiosity. I'm just wondering.
I'm just wondering.
Oh my God, you know what mine
Educational.
was?
Yes, please.
This is like this is so like tender and embarrassing and hopefully funny. I would Google all the time. My way into gay porn was like men pantsing. And then I was like, I would be like pantsing. I was like, oh, I'm prank. Like, that's funny. And then I'd be like, wouldn't it be funny if someone was, wouldn't it be funny if someone was pants and they didn't have any underwear on? Like, that would be hilarious. Let's like look into that and see like,
Let's just
if
be so
because
funny.
it would be funnier that way. That's why I'm
he's not
looking it
right.
up.
If they just kind of showed us the whole thing,
We
the process,
saw the whole thing
yeah.
and it was unplanned. That would be so hilarious. Let's Google that for hours and hours and hours and hours. Because I'm curious and I'm funny. I'm a comedian.
hilarious.
It's really like that is like the homoeroticism of like Jackass, you know? Like
Legit,
there's like
legit.
there
Yeah.
is it was implicit and explicit.
Oh,
for
yeah.
them.
I mean,
and
they've
they've
taken-
talked about it. They've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
like, we did this
Really?
on oh yeah, I think it was Johnny Knoxville has a really good interview about it where he was like, no, we wanted to like he was like, this wasn't unintentional. Like we know that there's like an eroticism to this.
Yeah.
And we want to
Wow.
be comfortable with it. Like we don't think there's anything shameful about this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know
I
that.
was on boobsonlylesbians.com. I've talked about it a
That was-
lot.
that's
I did not
real?
know I was bi for a long time, but I was very scared I was a lesbian. But then I found Boobs Only Lesbians, and they were like, oh, this is for if you do not want to see a vagina. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. I really like boobs. I'm not a lesbian at all. Like, no.
No
Yeah.
interest. Yeah.
No interest in
Yeah.
women. Like, I just think it's like boobs are cool. I think everyone agrees, which they do. But I thought this
don't.
was like
How
such
could
a
you
great
not?
loophole.
Right.
I was like, amazing.
No, I mean the things you do
Yeah.
to be like, it doesn't count.
Also, my family was meanwhile being like, oh my God, she loves Kirstie Alley so much. It's so funny.
Yeah. And who was the other one from Parts of the Caribbean? Keira Knightley.
Keira
you
Knightley.
loved,
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
God,
family
you're
was like, it's
obsessed.
so exciting that she loves this woman so much. Like, she's
You're like,
a fan
because of
actress.
her girl
Great,
power.
yeah. Girl
and
boss.
Body.
Yeah.
Look.
And if we fuck.
And if we fucked, it would be fun.
As a
Just
joke.
because of that. It's interesting creatively.
What did
exercise.
you Google?
I can't even.
I mean, I know
don't.
you're straight. Sorry to call you out, but
Yeah,
It's okay, you
it's
can watch
true.
porn if you're
well,
straight.
well, no, but I do remember looking up because I was like kind of emo, and so I looked up emo guys kissing.
Yes. Wait, this is a huge subgenre actually on
Really?
because it would be
Yeah.
on YouTube. Like
Yes.
this was a YouTube subgenre. I would watch it all the time.
Yeah, me
Emo
too.
boys. It wasn't
Yes,
just boys
emo.
kissing. It was emo boys
Yeah,
kissing.
emo boys kissing, and they had like the hair
Yes.
all
Oh,
black.
they
yeah,
did the
yeah.
whole
It was like
thing.
Hot Topic
Yes.
kissing.
What,
Yeah.
it actually is like, what was that?
I
Like,
don't know, but I
they would
loved
kiss
it.
at concerts a lot. I feel like it was like emo boys were like trying to like again, kind of like
True.
Jackass, like do this performative like.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was also
it
like
was. It was.
it was against the like hegemonic mainstream of
Yes.
masculinity that
Yeah,
was
it
so
was like-
homophobic.
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
we're seen, we have black nail polish, and we kiss each other.
It was.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
were like trying to be like.
There was a compilation on YouTube I remember watching. It was like a compilation
Yes,
of emo
yes.
boys
I bet you have seen it. I bet you've seen it.
You
Yeah.
guys both have like the purple link.
Yeah.
Like you're like
Yeah, probably.
We're like, do you want to keep going from where you left off? I'm like, yeah, let's
Yeah,
just check
let's-
back in there.
Yeah.
Literally.
And,
All right. So Gwen says that the internet led to him having sex. How did the internet lead you there?
I ran my little high school newspaper like it was the Marines. One summer, I went to journalism camp, and it was held on a college campus, and we stayed in the dorms. I was super, super, super in the closet. Anyway, we had to put together a newspaper, and they'd assign stories to everything. I was 16, and this was Bush-era Texas, and they clearly wanted to fuck with the super Christian kids, so they assigned me to write about what it was like to be a gay teenager in Texas at the time. I put on a show like, I don't know if I'm comfortable with this, but I was very, very curious. So I'm working on this story, trying to get the scoop. Meanwhile, at camp, I started dating a girl, Kelly, and we were both sexually frustrated virgins. We stayed out late and did a bunch of what I call bop it stuff. You know, twist it, pull it, tug it. Funny. That is funny. At the time, you're so horny you don't care who's touching you. And then at the same time, I was interviewing all these gay kids, and one of them mentioned that there was a website called squirt.com, and they tell you where you could cruise for sex. So of course I looked. There was a glory hole at some random bathrooms on the college campus where I was going to be taking classes for the next 2 weeks. The very next chance I got, I was beating a path to the glory hole.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Like,
Okay.
what a nice setup to go to journalism camp, and then they're like, you're assigned the gay story as a punishment.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then
Gwen's like, oh
Okay.
no.
You're like, you get
Don't
glory
punish
holes.
me, no.
Yeah, wait.
I can't handle it. What an amazing way to lie to yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm having gay sex out of journalistic
Research.
curiosity.
Yeah,
to get
this
the
isn't-
Like,
scoop.
it's
that
not
is
real.
actually pretty airtight.
Yeah.
honestly. I have to
They
see.
can't be mad at you if you go and
No.
visit a
Right.
glory hole.
It's
You're like,
educational.
it literally was this is my beat. Like, this is literally my beat.
Yeah, yeah. Is that? I feel like that's a common thing on college campuses. Is it not?
A glory
Glory
hole?
I
No.
don't know, actually.
Because I know there was one at my
Get
school.
glory holes.
Yeah.
I maybe that's like naive of me, but I'm like, the last thing that I need is just like a disembodied dick coming through a wall. Like, that is not my favorite.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not so interesting to me either. Although I've never really done it. So I'm like,
I guess
I'd be
that's
ca-
fair.
I
I
didn't
like
either.
maybe
Let me be clear. I didn't visit my school's glory hole.
I
just
feel like
have heard about it.
It's just so like, okay, now what? Like, I mean, I get it. Like, being horny is great, but it's like,
Well, to me, it feels like a vestige of a time where, like,
well, the
like
idea-
even knowing anyone else was interested in gay sexuality, and so I'm sure there are places where it's still they're popping off.
they're important.
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
very
this like
much
cruise
so.
like
Yeah.
normal, like just be in the same stall. And, like, what's the problem?
totally. I guess my thing-
But people want to.
True.
I mean,
Respect.
very important for identity protection. Like, that makes perfect sense to me, that part. It's more that, like, now it's become this genre, even in, like, straight men's fantasy of sex and
Oh my God,
stuff.
really?
Yes,
They're doing straight
really.
men are
Like,
interested
yeah,
in
they
glory?
straight
are, yeah.
porn includes glory hole stuff, and I'm
My
like,
God.
why?
I
Right.
wonder if it started as a conservative thing. Like,
I'm
I
sure it
wonder
did.
how
Yeah.
it originated.
Well, this is
Or
always
like a
the thing.
magician that was like cutting a woman in
Yeah.
half, and he was like,
He's
"Nah,
like, well,
this
wait
gives
a
me
minute,
an
actually.
idea."
Yeah.
Well, this actually feels like such a, like, this is like one of the great feats of queerness is like it being repressed by conservatism, and then queer people being like, oh yeah, well guess what? That just made me fucking horny.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Guess what?
you fucking wish you were repressing me. Like this, someone being like, we are gonna make you like look up gay stuff, and the person being like, oh yeah, because guess
Okay.
what?
I'm horny.
gonna jack off to that idea.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Serves you right, huh? And that's
Exactly.
like, you
A
know,
glory hole, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Right.
like,
Yeah.
we've completely like eroticized all the repression.
yeah.
It's
we
like,
have
oh,
to.
you're making us hook up in a dirty bathroom.
Right.
It's actually hot.
And now
Yeah.
the straight people are loving it too.
Yeah, exactly.
straight people still
We're
We're having so
everything.
much fun.
Yeah.
People can't help it.
Okay, so how was your glory hole experience?
Yeah.
I forgot I was playing, and I was like,
Oh.
You're like, I never did it.
Well, wait.
I don't feel I didn't do that.
I didn't do it.
okay. That was my first actual sexual experience, just sitting there waiting, and then a guy showed up and shoved his dick through the hole, and I very briefly and tentatively messed with it. And I had an existential crisis, like, what am I doing? And I fled. I was on campus for 3 weeks total, and I made multiple trips. Every time I'd be like, I'm not doing that again. I'm straight. I'm dating Kelly. And then 2 days later, I'd mysteriously have to go to the bathroom across campus again. Second time I blew the guy, and he came, and he did not warn me, and suddenly my mouth was full, and he pulled out and zipped up and hauled ass out of there. And I didn't know what to do, so I swallowed and then spent the whole night on the endline laptop, burning my lap, Googling STD oral sex, trying to figure out if I was going to die.
Aww.
A rite of passage,
Innocent.
though.
Yeah.
Totally.
True.
How could you not?
I went to a hotel to hook up with the guy one time, and then he was like, "Where can I come?" And I was like, "Wherever." And he's like, "On your face?" I was like, "Sure." And so then he came on my face and then in my eye, and I didn't really think about that because whatever. And I was walking downstairs, and there was a big mirror in the elevator, and all of a sudden I noticed my eye was like bright red, and I was like,
God.
No, the way
Yeah.
cum gets when it approaches an eye is actually like
not.
a supernova.
It's
like
so bad.
It hurts bad.
It's
It's
horrible.
Like, it's so intense.
And you
then
don't think it
Google-
will.
No, and then
No,
you
no,
Google
you're
it,
like-
and
you're
it's
like,
like
"That's fine."
you will get gonorrhea in your eye.
yeah, like
And
you're
you
like,
Really?
go blind.
Oh my God, I
legit.
never Googled
No, you
it.
legit.
Wow.
Like, it's not good. And so I did the same thing that Gwen
Mm-hmm.
did, which was the frantic Google. And I was like, if I go blind and have to explain to my parents that, like, hey,
didn't
what's our
think about
vision plan
that.
that we're on? Because guess who's losing an eye today?
Shoot.
To a guy
Yeah.
named
How old were you?
Brandon.
Yeah.
I was
In
22,
college.
21.
all right.
Yeah,
Knowing
it was
all
it
your
was the same-
stories. I know all your sex
I
stories.
mean,
I'm
You're
like,
like,
you
oh,
were
the gonorrhea
yeah,
eye thing.
October.
The gonorrhea eye fear when
October. You were
21.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were having a good month.
This is just, I mean, that's what
fun.
happens with your friends. So you're like, oh, yeah.
Literally, I'll forget about guys, and then Sophia's like, "No, because that was the one. Remember striped pants?
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh yeah,
so
yeah."
sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cute.
nice.
I'm also so impressed. Like, what a cool thing for you to do when you're like 22. You're like, I'm gonna hook up with this random guy in a
It was
hotel.
Cocktober.
It
And
was Cocktober.
I knew it
You
was
gotta
was
October.
celebrate.
Yeah.
you have to celebrate.
You're like,
And
tis
we're-
the season, y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. You have to get out there. You have to try things
God,
with
it
the
is-
man named
is this
Brandon.
being released in Cocktober? This episode?
It might be, I hope. Happy
my God.
Cocktober,
Oh my
everyone.
God.
And I hope if it's after Cocktober, I hope you had a wonderful, robust Cocktober.
Yeah.
Cocktober.
Dick the Halls.
Happy Cocktober.
That came.
That's funny.
That was right up here.
Really? That's
I
fresh.
did. It was fresh.
Dick
That was
the
a new
Halls.
joke for everyone. I haven't
my
said
God.
that yet.
Okay.
All right.
She popping off.
That's pretty
That's the
good.
promise of this podcast.
Well, okay. Get a
Too
little
bad,
this girl.
huh?
God, it's just like 1950s here. All right, so now we're gonna get into kind of. Usually we do first things first, but today will be first things second since we got our background with the glory hole. Who did you first have sex with?
Well, when I went back home, there was a glory hole near my house at the local Borders, but I was too scared of getting busted, so I never used it.
Borders.
But there was another, talk about Borders, aka between two stalls or something. Anyway, it's interesting, like, never mind. But there was another website back then called xy.com, and it was a forum for gay teenagers, which now thinking about it probably attracted a lot of terrible pervert adults.
Yeah.
But I got on there and I was in the San Antonio chat room. The number of grainy photos of my ass floating around out there. I had a webcam and bad judgment. I started chatting with a guy and he mentioned he went to a private Christian school and I was like, me too. And we found out we both went to the same high school. We started chatting for a while and neither of us was brave enough to say who we were. But one night my parents were gone and I got into the liquor cabinet and got blasted. And I was like, my name is Austin and I'm a junior. And he was like, my name is Brian and I'm a sophomore. Long story short, he was the photo editor on my school newspaper staff.
Oh,
The newspaper that he's been running like the Marines.
Whoa.
Like, can you
Gagging
imagine
moment,
just being like on there and then it's like,
Ugh, that's like so what I wanted in my high school experience.
Yeah,
and there
that's
were a bunch
amazing.
of kids who were gay who just were not brave enough to come out. And I was
yeah.
like, you're gay. And they were like, not yet. And I was like, I don't
come
wanna
on.
Wait, where did you grow up?
New York City.
Oh, okay.
So it's
okay.
kind of like, can
Yeah.
y'all get with it?
Get
I
with it.
was
We're in
like,
New
We're in the
York.
place for it. Come
literally,
on.
literally. How was I one of like two out gay guys in my school of like
Yeah.
of my grade of 200?
But
Wait,
that's
I
kinda
had way
crazy.
more in St. Louis, Missouri that were
Right.
out. It was like
Sometimes
I think,
scary,
like-
but like
Yeah.
the numbers were
I
up.
don't know. Exactly. It was like, I think honestly, the year like Glee kind of came out while I was in high school.
Glee
and like
helped.
2 years after, like 2 years below me in high school, it was like everyone was gay.
Yeah.
The Rachel Berry effect.
The Rachel
It
Berry, it was
really
really
was,
Kurt
yeah.
Hummel,
Yeah.
like
Oh,
made it
yeah,
okay
yeah.
to be
He
gay.
did.
He
It's
really
really
did.
the
Paved the
truth.
way.
Him and Macklemore really gave us gay rights, and
No,
people don't talk
exactly.
about that.
People
No.
literally need to give them credit.
Yeah.
But honestly, for
Macklemore.
me, like Frank Ocean, I was just remembering like
Really?
his
Yeah.
Tumblr letter, and I was like, thank you. Like,
Tumblr
Oh.
letter.
because he was like kind of swaggy, and
Yeah,
I was like,
he
oh,
was
this is
so
like a
cool.
cool, not
Yeah.
corny, swaggy guy who's making awesome music. Like,
Yes.
I do
Thank
think
you,
that he was
Frank
one of the
Ocean.
first people that I knew that like straight guys respected.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because his music was so fucking good. It's
Yeah.
like you can't deny that.
Yeah.
No, this is amazing. I'm so envious
We're
of this
so excited.
experience.
Wait,
Right?
so
because-
for the glory hole, sorry, does he request it or you just show up?
You just show up.
You
It's
just show up.
literally
And you
anything.
just hope
I
someone
will tell you,
comes.
I
Uh-huh.
cut
You're
some
on
stuff
it.
because
Yeah.
Okay.
of length here. That sounded inappropriate. But in the first glory hole he ever went to, he was like the first dick I ever saw. It was like an old man with like gray pubes, and he was like, it kind of freaked me out because it's like an old wrinkly dick and balls.
Yeah. Not
And I was like,
expecting
I
that.
didn't really think about that, but like you're not getting a choice of dick. It's not
Right.
like you're like, it's not Cher's
True.
closet.
Oh my
in
God, yeah.
Clueless.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
like whatever comes.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
what I've got.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's an interesting, like, among gay people I knew or know now, like, there's an interesting division between people who were, like, so horny that they were like, I'm gonna do some crazy fucking shit.
Right,
AKA,
yeah.
like, suck anonymous cock in parking lots at age, like, honestly underage.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of gay kids who, like, were lying about their age, going on Grindr, meeting up with, like, way older people.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was, like, just so, I was so horny, but, like, so fearful that that was just not my world at all. Like,
so horny, so fearful,
Yeah.
literally could have been the name of a memoir of mine. I was the same. I was, like, afraid of everything and everyone, but so horny and, like, bad energy, bad combination.
It's a tough combination because people are like, you are about to explode.
Vibrating with
You
both
are
fear
vibrating at a frequency that is actually shattering glass.
Yeah.
I could have used more fear. I was horny and fearless.
You were.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
She
cool.
was horny and fearless. What's the thing
So
that
you were like, you were just
Horny
going
and
for
fearless.
it.
I was going for it. Yeah. But like inappropriate situations, probably.
Totally. I mean,
older guys, you know.
You know what? I mean, there's something cool about it. And all the people I know who did it were like, listen, that was my life. Like, that's what I was doing. And they don't regret it. But it is like, there are times where it could have been really bad and then I would regret it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So it's kind of this interesting thing where you're like, it's actually like a motorcycle. Where like it's really good until it's bad.
Life is a highway.
Exactly. And
Life
I've been
is a-
fine. I've had my helmet off, but I've been fine.
We've been fine.
Yeah.
So
This
it's
is
hard to be like,
huge survivorship bias right now.
Yes,
like,
it
okay,
really
yeah,
is.
yeah,
It
it
is.
is. Everyone's
It
like,
is.
and I had fun, and you know what? It all turned out okay. Meanwhile, like
right.
all these missing women are like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and, you know,
Not us.
not us,
Not us.
for
It actually wasn't
us.
so good.
No.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
lots of people have lots of trauma, so heart goes out to
them.
Yeah, yeah.
y'all,
We
legit,
respect
I mean that.
them.
Yeah.
Respect.
Okay, so did you guys meet up, Gwen and Brian?
Oh yes.
Brian and
We had journalism the same period, so we could sneak away, and there were these portable bathrooms near the baseball field that no one ever went to because they were unair conditioned, and it was San Antonio, so they were basically an oven. Thank God we never got busted because we were morons. I was getting fully buck-ass naked in the bathroom during school hours.
Oh my god.
Shit, I'm
That is
fucking
risky.
jealous.
like crazy. So how was the sex out in these oven bathrooms?
Well, I found out real quick that I'm a bottom. My particular equipment isn't impressive at all, which, as it turns out, for my gender dysphoria, is fantastic. But he was very well endowed, and we just text each other like, "Portable, now go." We had so much sex in there. We got away with it for 2 years. I don't know how.
Wow.
so no one ever
shit.
found out.
That was the way my schedule was. I had journalism third period and then chapel right after that. And I went one time after blowing Brian in the bathroom, and I forgot my gum, and I went right to chapel. And I was sitting next to my best friend Annie, and I started singing one of the praise songs, and she literally smelled cum on my breath. She had just started dating a guy, and she knew immediately. She didn't know I was gay until then. Holy
Wow.
That is the
Oh my
first time he
God.
ever came out was on accident because he had just blown someone. And Annie literally apparently turned to him and was like, "Is that cum on your breath?"
Wait.
During,
I
don't think I
during
would have
chapel.
known.
During
Wow.
chapel.
It's like, I don't think I would have known.
I would not have
Like
known.
Annie is like
Annie's
a
like
super
detective.
smeller.
She
Yeah.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
they need to like study Annie because she
Literally.
you know that woman that can like smell Parkinson's. Have you like?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a
that's Annie,
dog,
but she
yeah.
can like
Yeah.
smell cum
Like how
breath.
Kim Kardashian says
She can smell cavities.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's like, it was Brian, wasn't
Uh-huh.
it? I smell it.
It's like all coming together to her. It's flashing before
Yeah,
her
yeah,
eyes. She's
yeah,
She's
like,
like a beautiful mind for her.
Yes,
God.
God, Annie.
I can't believe that. And that's a real, like,
Also,
this is so
that's a
sweet,
superpower,
too.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'll find out if it's sweet, but it
how
seems
did
like
Annie
it's sweet.
react?
yeah.
It's so
She
sweet.
grabbed my hand and squeezed it and was like, "I love you." And then we went on with life. For the rest of high school, she was basically my beard. Everyone thought I was in unrequited love with Annie and that she didn't like me back, and she'd play into it. I'm the godfather of her kids now, and Brian is married to a woman who knows all about what we did, so that's nice.
Oh my god.
Oh
How
my
sweet, right?
That's
God.
lovely.
Oh my God. Also, like, answering a question, like, so how did that work? Like, how you guys got together, and then being like, well, I had third period free, and then he had newspaper right after. Like,
Yeah.
like when you're talking about your life and like periods, it's like that is so high school.
Yes,
You're like,
yes.
why did our relationship start?
Yeah.
Because we had a free period together,
Yes.
junior year,
Well,
and
he
like that
literally
will do it.
Our
he was-
A-Day, B-Day, it
Uh-huh,
lined up.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
He said, so when I was talking, Gwen was like, "Oh, we would go out and we both had journalism the same period, obviously. And we would just say like, oh, we're going to go take pictures for something or, oh, we're going to go do whatever. And no one ever questioned them. No one was like, where are you two off to?
Yeah, that's great. That's
It's
full
amazing.
proof.
It is
Yeah.
amazing.
The number of hours of school that they spent in that bathroom before chapel.
God,
It's
that
also
was-
like it's like so. I mean, this is the thing. Like, sometimes you don't need lube if your heart is pure, or if you're like,
Go ahead
if
and make
your
that the
intentions
episode title.
are, if your intentions are strong and anointed by God,
Wow,
Oh,
you
you
don't
can
need
like fuck in the
lube.
porta potty without lube.
Yeah.
If you want it bad enough,
If you want,
Yeah.
like legit.
like legit.
And by the way, like,
Oh.
don't get mad at us for saying that.
Don't
like,
get mad at us for saying anything.
because by the way, like whatever, like I'll take that back. I don't care. But that is what I said.
If you have the spirit in your heart,
Right.
you don't need any lube.
I won't take anything back unless everyone's mad at me.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless one, for me, it's like I won't take anything back unless one person is mad at me, and then I don't care. Fine.
I'll take it back.
There is not a hill I will die on.
Oh
No.
Actually, that's not quite true. But this
like,
one,
like human
Yeah,
rights
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, human rights
Like,
stuff.
it's like,
We'll
like
die on
that
one,
you
yeah.
should use that, like you should use lube, and it's not related to how pure your heart is. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
back
Oh,
down
yeah,
on
I'll
that.
back down, I'll
But
back
for
down.
now, it's funny to say, so I'll stand by
we'll
it.
we'll stand by those. Okay, so who was your worst ex?
Well, when I was at Princeton doing my doctorate, I started dating a guy who was a med school professor and obviously much older. I was broke because they don't pay their grad students enough, and I met him at a party. I have to admit, I'm a whore for a man with money. He had a beautiful apartment in Princeton, New Jersey, and then a pied-à-terre in New York City. It got very serious very fast. I moved out of my shitty apartment and into his, and my friends knew about him, but my parents didn't. I wasn't going to tell them I was living with a 53-year-old guy.
Oh my God.
So what went wrong there?
Gee. I'm a bottom and I have very sub energy. I make decisions all day long. I want to be bossed around in the bedroom. But then it started to creep out of the bedroom. And then it got physically and emotionally abusive. I'm a pretty good cook and very adventurous. And one night I was making something and I burned the fuck out of some quinoa. He grabbed the pan and jerked it off the stove. And what little water was on there splashed on me and burned my arm pretty badly. And I was like, what the hell? And he was like, well, if you'd done it right, that wouldn't have happened.
Ooh.
10 minutes later, he was like, I'm so sorry. I was just frustrated and I had a bad day. I'd never been in an abusive relationship before, so I didn't realize that was my red flag. I should have gotten out then, but I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
We had a really bad fight one night. It got physical, and I called my best friend Annie, the one from Chapel,
Okay.
in a panic. I was scared I was going to jail because I'm a 6'2" and a bigger guy, but she flew up to New Jersey and helped me get all my stuff out of his place and figure out a plan. He's why I ended up in Kansas City. I got a tenure track offer at Boston University, but I knew if I stayed on the East Coast, I would go back to him. So I got another job offer in Missouri. It was very rough trying to explain to my family why I was turning down the better job in Boston to move to Missouri.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's so intense.
That sucks. Yeah.
God, poor Gwen or poor little
know.
Gwen. Like
Yeah.
I'm so it's
Wanna hug
really
them.
really hard to get out of stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's really really hard and it's so frustrating because you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is wrong with me that I
Yeah.
can't?
I tell
Yeah.
everybody this, like the number one thing I think everyone should watch out for in relationships is whenever you feel confused. If you ever say like, I'm confused why this,
Why
you're
that
not
happened.
confused. Someone's treating you poorly and you love them. And that feels confusing to people. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the
Yeah.
first time that you feel confused about
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
is like your big red flag. But again, easier said than done. Like,
I mean, it's so difficult though experiencing that for the first time because you're like, what? Like this, I've never had this experience. Why is this happening?
Yeah, and
I
it's-
guess it's fine.
Well, it's totally alienating you from yourself.
Yes,
And that's
yeah.
why it's really hard to
Yes.
like act on because you're like, this is not the me that I know.
Yeah.
So you're like, why am I like
stay with
Right, you're like, I wouldn't be a person who would stay with someone
Yes,
who is like being kind of
yes.
abusive to me, so that must not be what's happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Even though this
right.
person is, it just like fully disorients
But
you.
they're
Yeah.
also like an abuser is very good at convincing you that their behavior is an anomaly.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
each
yeah.
time is the
I mean,
first
that
time
thing,
Yes.
totally.
where they're
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had a stressful day at work. This
Yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
like,
It was because
oh.
of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to believe, maybe this is controversial, that like people don't want to be or are not like immutably like abusers, but it's like if you're in a pattern of doing it, then it's like then you can't be in a relationship.
no,
Yeah,
you
no.
can't.
You just can't. It's like you have to like
there's no way to date
you have
a
to get out of it and like fully
You need to fix your
fix
situation.
yourself and
yeah,
fix your
yourself.
situation before you
Yes.
do that. And like, I mean, that is so like that really is resonant. The thing of someone being like 10 minutes later, like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, that's also a really hard part of it because you're like, I bet you are sorry. I bet you are sorry. You didn't really like, you don't want this to be the dynamic, but it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're
Yeah.
creating
But
it.
also then it's like you want to be for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're abused, you want to be a forgiving person. So you want to see yourself as this forgiving person
Yeah.
of like understanding and like,
Yeah.
so it's hard to
Yeah.
like, ugh. Anyway, Gwen.
Ugh,
Yeah.
really, really hard.
It
and
sucks too to end up in Missouri.
I mean,
and I'm
shout the fuck out to Annie.
yeah,
Yeah.
Annie
Time
she's a
and
real
time
one.
again.
Yes.
Annie's a real one. Flying up. Because by the way,
flying.
And
she
I
got
have-
her ass
From
on a
Texas.
flight.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds like it. Damn, like, and by the way, that's what it takes. Like to get
Oh.
out of something, like you do have to be.
You need a real
and this
one.
is actually also a thing that's hard is when your friend is in something bad, and it doesn't have to be abusive, just like bad, some bad dynamic. That like it can be really frustrating because you watch someone make a bunch of bad decisions in a row,
Yeah.
and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
don't go back to this person. They're obviously really bad for you. I don't want to like.
Yes, the statistic that I read once was that it takes 7 times of breaking up for the average person to leave an abusive relationship, like an average of 7 breakups. And so I feel like once I learned that, I started being like, okay, you're just counting. Like, you just have to get somebody through. And it's not literally that you're waiting for 7, because obviously that's not how averages work. But like in my mind, it has helped to be like,
This is part of the process.
This is part of the process. Like, we have to get through 7 breakups minimum, and they're gonna get back together. And
like,
you know,
it helps
it's
you
difficult.
not go to get to the 4th time and be like, I'm done.
Exactly.
It's like, no, we're not
It's a
done. This is
marathon.
going to take time, and this takes like
and
real
these
patience.
things count towards the total almost.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
this is a good one
Part
to
of the
walk
process.
through. This is a good one to walk through. Like,
Yeah. This isn't for nothing. This is, we're not starting at 0,
Yes.
actually. It's like, this is all kind of doing the really slow, painful work of rending the relationship.
Guys, come
It's
to us if
hard.
you need to break up. We'll we'll be there.
Legit. I mean, I'm sure
love
that's a
helping with a
thing, like a
breakup.
breakup doula.
Oh my God, I would
Oh,
love
Sophia
to
would
do that.
kill at that.
Oh my God.
She's
Thank
helped
you.
me through. You've helped me through all my breakups. I
I
think
hope.
pretty much the big ones.
Yeah, and that's why whenever
great.
some guy's a dipshit to you, I always say to Kelsey, I always go, I'll outlast him.
Yeah, she's like,
I know I will.
You're
I
like,
know I
give me
will.
3 months.
3 months.
One was even 3 weeks. You're like, give me 3
Well, I
weeks.
knew he was going to be gone, and he is.
Wait, I'm legit going to text you next time or something like this.
No
Oh,
problem.
yeah,
I
you should,
will
you should.
outweight
Like,
any shit ass man.
Oh,
They will
yeah.
never outlast me.
No,
Oh
they
my
don't.
God.
They don't.
Cool.
Literally,
Yeah.
I'm like the Hoover
Cool.
I know.
Dam.
I know.
Maybe.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
This is like-
I'll be here long after humanity's gone.
Yeah.
This is like when you said Dick the Halls.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wow.
You're full
like
of
a
them
tingle
today.
down your spine,
Yeah.
kind of
You
like.
should.
All right. So this section, I had to make up a new section for Gwen because Gwen is so much fun. So this one's called Places and Spaces.
Ew.
Gwen, where's the weirdest place you ever had sex?
I've had sex on stage before.
What?
Okay, how did that come about?
Okay, there's this place in Missouri called SIRenity Farms, which is an all-male clothing optional resort, basically gay camp. Just what you picture, a lot of middle-aged men with younger boyfriends in their 20s and 30s who are in it for both money and romance. And I was dating an older guy who was into nudism who wanted to go. It was fine. There were cabins, but I'm not a camper. I do not camp. A Holiday Inn Express is camping to me. But I went, and the final night they had a stage with a bed and a raised platform, and everyone went up and just had the wildest sex. So in front of like 50 other dudes, I got completely railed.
Wow.
My favorite thing about SIRenity Farms, well, 2 things. One, it still exists. It made it through COVID. Good for SIRenity Farms.
Okay. Survived.
And it's SIRenity, S-I-R.
Yeah.
And then,
okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I wonder
that's fun.
if this is like so. I had a podcast and we actually got in trouble because we were talking about like kind of a place like this, and a bunch of people in the place were like, "Don't talk about us."
They have a website that's like very open.
It's advertising. Okay, then you're fine.
So I
Yeah.
hope that they get more business because it's
Totally.
like Missouri.
Yeah,
and
if it's
like,
a business and it's like all good, then it's fine.
No, it's not like
yeah.
a secret. Like I went to
Okay,
their
okay.
website because I was
Good.
like, I was
You
like,
didn't
no.
know about it before?
no, he
being from-
like Gwen was like, oh, do you know about SIRenity Farms? And I was
Yeah.
like, I honestly don't.
It's
And
like
it's
it
not.
missed you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so I was like, I don't know about the
I
gay
didn't.
nudist camp.
You're like,
But
didn't get an invite
Yeah.
or.
but honestly, they have like a cute website.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Fab.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Shout out
sounds
SIRenity
so
Farms.
fun.
Wow.
Like, yes,
I-
we
yeah.
love gay people. We are so
much more fun than
crazy
straight
and
people.
creative.
Fun.
It's
I saw
amazing.
people having sex on stage once. It was in Amsterdam though. It was like part of it. It was like
part
a
of a
sex
thing.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
It was like on a rotating stage, and so
Cool.
like new people. It was like just like a minute of people
I
having
love
sex. New people.
Watching people have sex. It's so
I-
surprising.
It is surprising.
You're like,
yeah, I was like, whoa, you're doing that.
I've never
No.
done it, but you know what I think would happen is that as much as I feel like obviously I talk about this all the time and I don't really feel uncomfortable about most things, but I feel like I would feel like I'm not supposed to look because even sometimes when we've gone to like jumbos, I forget that I'm like allowed to look, and my first
know,
instinct is
I
to be
go
like,
there.
Oh my god.
I've never been. Wait.
when do you leave town?
Yeah,
like
when?
next Friday. Can we go?
Wait,
sometime?
yes.
Please, please, please.
But I feel so like I like start blushing and I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to look, and then I remember,
Yeah.
oh my god, actually this is a setting in which you are
Yes.
allowed to look.
And actually, it's hot for people who are having sex in public to be looked at.
Right.
That's like
like,
a really good reminder.
That's
next
like
time.
actually like
Why
part of the
they're there.
premise.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's kind of cool because you're like, oh, I'm participating.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm engaging in the sex.
That is so
It's
true.
By, like,
also
adding the
really
dynamic.
nice that that's all you have to do to participate.
Totally,
It's just,
totally.
watch. Yeah.
Send out, just
Hands
like thumbs
off.
up.
You're like, love it.
All right, cheat sheet time.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever cheated?
Yes, unfortunately. I met a woman while I was doing my master's in Texas. She was a very prim and proper Baptist girl, super sweet, but under her parents' thumb. They didn't like me because I was a Methodist. Little did they know. She always wore pearls, and my family called her Barbara Bush behind her back. We eventually got engaged, but we didn't have sex for the first year we were together.
Wow.
Lots of info in that one.
Why?
Um,
A family nickname behind your back of Barbara Bush is
Barbara Bush.
it's tough.
also your family
Yeah.
being like against Methodist. Like that's how conservative they are. That you're like
Yeah.
Methodist.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, that's like the thing where it's like they are getting into it, like the internecine drama.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, so y'all are Christian. Like, what's the
Yeah,
problem?
right,
But
right.
Same. I
it's
don't
not
get
like
it
that.
at all.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm sorry, what was going on here?
So she wasn't pushing for sex because of the Bible, and I was not pushing for sex because I didn't like having sex with women. We did other things. I mean, I loved boobs. Everyone loves boobs. Give me boobs all day long, right? I could handle that. But we came up with a rule that we'd only do stuff below the belt if we left our pants on.
Oh.
That sounds terrible.
Okay.
It was an unlubricated under the jeans hand job is like torture. And I was trying to finger bang her with her pants on. It wasn't good. We moved in together, kind of, one summer when we were both had internships in Washington, D.C. And one day we decided we should have sex. God won't know. We literally closed all the blinds. We were terrified of pregnancy, so we bought condoms with spermicide on them. But they also had a numbing agent for some reason. Neither of us knew what we were doing. I mean, I'd been having sex with men for a while, but I hadn't been the one supplying condoms. So we're making out and she was not getting wet, but the condoms had lube on it. So we were like, let's try anyway, but it didn't work. We were both getting frustrated. So I was like, let me go down on you. I'd never gone down on a woman before. What I learned is that I'm allergic to the numbing agent that was on the condom.
Oh, no.
I was mashing around there for a bit and I came back up and my lips were like swollen up like a balloon and my face was red and I had a rash on my neck. We ran back to CVS and got a big bottle of Benadryl and I took 8 and went to sleep. And we never had sex again.
Keep in mind he's engaged
No.
at this point.
Yeah.
Like they're engaged.
And this is interesting because this is the thing I don't really relate to is like I was out basically when I was like 14 or 15.
Okay.
Like, and that was like whatever, my New York City kind of privilege.
Yeah. Yes.
So thank you. And I do know a lot of people who were like, and I had a period before that where I was like, oh, whatever, like kind of in denial, like having, you know, watching gay porn, but being like, it's just because I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because it's funny, whatever. But like, I didn't have this thing that I know a lot of people who have it where they're like having active gay sex for many years and still not coming out. And I'm like, that is a crazy double think. And it's really like onerous for years and years to just be like, not in dialogue with yourself like that. Not being able to be real with like, this is what I want and what I'm doing.
Especially,
really
I mean, I
intense.
know we
Yeah.
earlier said that the lube could be skipped, but like if you get to the point where you're having anal sex about something, that's a belief in your heart.
Yes, yes.
Wait,
right.
so Gwen wasn't out, or at,
Gwen
like,
wasn't out to almost anyone other than Annie.
Oh, so okay, so
And
not
so
out to
like
the family.
not out to
Okay, I see.
her family, not
Okay.
out to anybody else. Again, like I think Annie and maybe a couple friends knew at this point. Was like again planning a wedding, and they were both going to like
And
Right.
kind
their
of living
families
together.
had
Yeah.
and
Right?
kind of living together, even though her
tricky.
like the woman's parents didn't really like that
Right. Okay.
they were living together, but they both had
Right.
an internship in DC, and so they rented rooms but didn't really tell their parents. But
Right, right.
Jeez. That's
it
like a
was like
lot
the
to
path
navigate.
to marriage,
God,
you know,
yeah.
obviously. And so
sounds
anyway, we're
horrible.
gonna get to the cheating part, but I do
Okay.
think it's horrible to have to go into CVS and get Benadryl because your face swelled up
Oh
because you
my
went down on a woman
God.
one time.
Yes.
Like, talk about a sign.
Literally.
gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened with the cheating?
Oh, yeah. One time she found a dick pic on my phone from some guy and I lied about it and she believed me. I'm not proud of that. We ended up breaking up the following summer for other reasons. I woke up one morning and I was like, I love you, but I don't like you. And she was like, oh my God, I love you, but I don't like you. And we broke up and I never dated or had sex with a woman again.
I
Great.
honestly think I would be kind of hurt by the phrase "I love you, but I don't like you."
Yeah, it's like,
That's
ow.
actually
Yeah.
kind of
Well, it's like time out. Like, you're gay. So,
yeah,
maybe try to
yeah.
say that in a different way. It's
Yeah.
like, not, it's like, I love you, but I'm gay.
that
So
would actually
this is
be
not
maybe
gonna
a
work.
But I
kinder way to
don't
say
like
that.
But honestly,
you.
it sounds like she didn't like her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
It sounds like she really was just like,
And if they both felt the same way, I guess
Right,
that's
right,
nice.
right.
Like, oh, thank God.
I'm
That's
sure that
relief.
does
Yeah.
build up a lot of resentment.
Totally.
Oh,
That is
totally.
mutual
Yes,
and
yes.
robust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, I wonder, how did Gwen lie? Did she say what?
No, she didn't say what the lie was about the dick pic, which actually I wish once I was typing it up, I was like, I wish
Right.
I knew because
Yeah.
if I saw a dick
'Cause,
pic,
and then the girl believed it. Too.
Yeah,
like,
she was
I wonder
just
what
like,
the lie
"Oh,
was.
I saw that he had, I was wondering about circumcision.
Yeah, it was similar
And
to
our
mine, and I was
scars,
kind of
like,
just
what's
like
the
wondering.
situation?
It's a
Yeah,
medical
yeah.
thing.
or just like, oh, my boss keeps
Yeah.
harassing me, so
Yeah,
inappropriate.
exactly.
So
It's
I'm
like,
saving
gosh.
it to show to HR.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I
What is-
wonder.
And she's like, oh, okay,
fantastic.
And
okay.
is that the cheating? It's like receiving a dick
Well,
pic?
so it was receiving a dick pic at first, and then I do believe that Gwen started meeting up with people and having like occasional hookups.
Right. I'm like, is the dick pic the cheating, or Or sorry, is the cheating the dick pic, or is the cheating so suffused throughout the relationship that
think
it
it
actually
was-
is the whole story of the
I
relationship?
think it was suffused by
Sounds
the
like
end.
it. It's like
And
if there's not one mention here, I'm like,
it's
sounds like it's
kinda
happening.
through
And I
Yeah.
think Barbara Bush did not ever find out anything. So
Oh, okay.
Barbara Bush doesn't know that she was
Well,
cheated on, which is like good. I
Maybe
don't
just
think Barbara
good.
Bush needs
Yeah,
to
let's
know.
just let that one go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just put your pearls on.
BB
Knowledge
does not
isn't-
need
yeah.
to know.
Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is sad.
Barbie B.
It's tough.
Barbie B.
Yeah.
Godspeed to BB.
Yeah.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, best I ever had. What is the best sex you've ever had, Gwen?
When I was in my 20s, I did the sugar baby thing. I was with an older guy. I've always liked older guys, even though I had a good relationship with my dad. I don't know. We stayed at the Bellagio and we saw Elton John from the third row, and everything I wanted to do, we did. It was a total princess weekend. We met on an app and we'd only met each other twice before we went. We hadn't had sex before the trip, and then it was like 5 days of constant sex. And he was so attentive. He put a lot of work to make me feel good. It was the first time I came without touching myself at all. He fucked it out of me. Another time, I went to Lyon, France, in grad school, and I went out one night and hit it off with a very sexy older French guy and had a
he
boat.
had a boat.
And
Sorry,
he
I
had a
should say.
boat because there was a bunch of canals in Lyon, and we sailed through the canals and drank wine and then had sex on the top deck of the boat. The sex was wonderful.
Amazing.
Tea, like
wow,
this is
that
tea.
sounds great.
This is tea, and it's kind of cool that like I think a principle in life sometimes is that like it's just like high risk, high reward. That like if you are like more nervous and not willing to get hurt or not willing to put yourself in like embarrassing situations, you don't get these amazing things like having 5 days of amazing sex with a guy in Vegas who pays for everything, because that is a thing that it's like. It's one of
Could be
those things where
risk.
it's like it could be a
Yeah,
risk. Like
yeah,
that
yeah.
could be a really, really bad experience in a
Yeah.
bunch of different ways. Like
It could be the last time you go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Right.
I met up with a sugar daddy once.
really?
Yeah, but
And?
I didn't fully understand what it was. So I just met up with him
Classic.
and then we got into his car and then he paid me $200 just to meet with him. It paid off a
Kelsey
parking ticket
June.
or a speeding ticket that I got for $200. So
my
it was
God.
meant to be.
It was 1-to-1.
It was 1-to-1, but I was like, he was like, yeah, so basically what this is that I own you. And I was like, oh, I just thought we would meet up and talk and like be friends. And he was like, no. Mm-mm. He
Did you
had
take
like,
the 200 back?
no, he was like, that's for you. I told you. It was $200.
How'd you get out of
So
the
that was
car?
like 200 was for the meeting, and then he's
This
kind
was
of
the meeting.
proposing this arrangement.
Yeah, the arrangement.
What numbers we
He-
talking with?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
For
rest?
the own,
Like,
if it's like he's giving 200 for the meeting, like I wonder what the
like
price is
owning
for.
you is like that's got to be a lot. Like,
think
we're
it
talking
was-
$5K a month for me. At
I think
least
it was
minimum.
like $2,000 a month. It was like
Okay.
around 2,000. Well, because he had other
also
sugar
10 years
babies.
ago, right?
It was about 10 years ago. He also had a fake massage parlor that he would take his sugar babies to, and he was like, and that's where we'll go to have sex, because he had a family, and they thought that was his business that he run.
This is so complex, and I really, really, really want to know this guy's finances. Like, I want to become
I
a
know, I don't
forensic
know.
accont
Yeah.
just to
I
look
tried
into
to figure it
that
out.
guy's
I literally went home
situation.
and told my family. I was like, guess what I did today? And I was like, I don't even know who this
Yeah.
guy is. So my
They're
family
like,
was
let's
like,
get on it.
yeah.
I was on
told
a
him-
sugar baby
yeah.
website, and a guy was like, "Come meet on my boat." And this was quite literally 2 weeks before I started dating Dave, and I was like going back and forth, maybe less than 2 weeks, because I was going back and forth, and I was like, should I do this? And then I remembered that like obviously most murders at sea go unsolved. Shout out Natalie Wood, because once you get someone in international
Yeah.
waters,
It's
like.
Oh, he wanted to meet
there's
on
well,
the
the
boat.
jurisdiction situation,
Yeah.
terrible. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not getting on a boat with someone.
Did
that
he
can't
want
be
to
a first date.
sail?
I think he just wanted to show off that he had a boat, and I was like, I can't get on a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that did kind of save me. And
That's good.
It was
Man,
a
I
good
would have done
instinct.
it.
I
I would
know
have been
you
on that
would've.
boat in
You're like,
2 minutes. I'm
You're
like,
like
wearing a
inner-
floaty
like on the
yeah,
tube.
on my inner tube.
Yeah.
He's like, no, get on the boat.
Get on
You like bring water skis.
Yeah, I'm like,
you bring like a tube for the back.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like faster, faster, faster.
He's like the white nose sunscreen
Yeah.
for
Oh,
no
like your
reason.
zinc.
Yeah,
You
you
know?
don't even like.
Yeah,
You're not
I don't
even
even
a
need
cute
it.
outfit. You're like big oversized T-shirt.
Goggles.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can't wait to go on the boat.
Yeah, you're like.
I'm really excited.
yeah.
You're like
He's
climbing
like,
up the ladder
"Ew."
yet again.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, hey, can we go down to the? You
I'm
know,
like choking on water.
You're like,
yeah.
Aw, that's cute.
That's so sweet.
fun. You would have had so much fun, or been dead.
I wish.
God, hope
Not
that-
dead. I wish I would have gone.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wish it was me.
all right. So let's hear a status update for Gwen. Gwen, what's
Hey.
your current dating situation?
It's a bit complicated because I have a very specific job and I work with a lot of incredibly religious and very conservative people, like people who want to pray before a meeting. I'm used to that world. I speak Jesus, I can fake a prayer. So publicly and professionally, I use my birth name, Austin, and he, him pronouns, and I drop my voice an octave. The people I work with, most of them don't even know I'm gay. You would never be able to tell. But in other parts of my life, I go by my actual name, Gwen, and use she, her pronouns. Whoa.
Wow.
Wild, right?
That is really
Yeah.
like it's a really interesting, different way to live for me.
That is,
It's
yeah.
Also, the job
never heard of
that
that.
Gwen has is very cool. I don't want to give away anything, but like, it's so specific and so interesting, and like so much time and study went into this job that I see why you
It sounds
can't.
like Gwen has like a ton of training.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it
Oh,
sounds like
yeah.
Gwen is really smart.
Gwen is
Yes.
killing
Gwen
it.
is fielding job offers in this market.
Yeah.
Academic job offers. Holy crap. And is managing this unbelievable double life.
Yes. Okay, so how did you start to discover this about yourself?
Okay, to go back a bit, the first guy in high school I was hooking up with brought me a pair of underwear to wear and was like, I'd love to see you wear these. And I put them on, and it was like a superhero costume. It flipped a switch in my brain and gave me permission to be gay and feminine. And I had always hated men's underwear because they were so boring. As I got older and moved out of Texas, I realized there was more of an identity component to it. Then I got into drag and started performing, and it was so much fun, and I felt like I had so much freedom. I discovered makeup, and I still wear makeup most days. I mean, I wear it subtly if I'm going to be cosplaying as a religious guy. With my career choices, I've boxed myself into a certain way of living. Gwen is very much who I consider my true self to be, but it's a bit like Hannah Montana. The real self is one thing, and the performance for work is another. And the performance one isn't actually the drag one, it's my male self.
So on dating apps, how do you present or identify?
On apps, I'm Austin, and I tell people pretty early on, this is my thing. If you're cool with it, I'd love to continue, but I won't waste your time. It's about a 60-40 split in terms of success. About 60% are like, that's not my thing, which, okay. And 40% are like, okay, let's find out. It's hard because I'm trying to find my person, and I want to be fully open with them, but gay men like men, which is totally fair. And it's hard to be like, I'm gay, you're gay, and then the moment we get to know each other, you're going to see this whole other feminine side of me. A lot of gay men aren't about that, which I don't blame or fault them for, so I found partners mostly through apps. I don't plan to stay in Kansas City forever. I think I'll eventually move back to New York, but right now my friends are here, my life is here, I don't want to leave them and start over. Eventually, though, I'll go back to the East Coast, and I think it will be easier to find my person there for both cultural reasons and just numbers reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally.
We might have a better shot in New York.
Yeah.
Kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's definitely
Like-
like a tragedy to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems really difficult.
Because again, like you're on dating apps presenting as like, here's my professional self. Here's, and like Gwen said, like, I mean, when we were talking about it, she was like, yeah, I get it. The gay men, if I'm presenting as a man on an app and I have, you know, I'm matching with men that identify as gay, then my true self is not a man. So like, what do I do with this?
Right. To me, it's not like, oh, people aren't into it because there's
tons of people
There's
that are
tons of
into-
people
yeah.
who are
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it, right? It's more just like you're not doing your searching algorithm right by presenting someone who is not how you want to be seen as.
100%.
Yeah.
Like that's
exactly.
kind of like people are matching with you, and then you're like, which I mean, I understand why.
Totally.
a
It's
tough
exactly,
situation.
it's like a very tough situation to
But
be
it
in.
does sound like Gwen historically in her life has done pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, Gwen
So
has.
I actually have a lot of faith
I
that
do
she's
too.
going to make this work.
Oh, it's
that
gonna be
Gwen
fine.
has
Yeah.
found partners. Gwen is going to other countries, is finding people to have sex with,
Yeah.
having seemingly fabulous experiences. So I trust that Gwen has a real swag
Oh, yeah.
and will be just fine.
Oh my
Gwen
gosh.
sounds amazing.
More than. Gwen's
Yeah.
going to be.
God, I want to hang out
God.
with Gwen.
I know. I'm like,
I want to
Gwen,
go out with her.
Let's
I
get
know.
her
Show
in
me,
stadium. Like,
let's
Yeah.
go and do
Yeah.
it.
She's living.
she really is. She's just
I
doing.
know. And it doesn't seem like there's like agony in her
No.
life. Like it doesn't seem like she's like, I'm doing this thing and it's so hard and awful and I cannot wait until I can move and get out of this and live a different way.
Yeah.
She's kind of like, you know what? I'm making it work
This is my
now.
life.
There's definitely something better. Like she seems kind of like
100%.
maybe it's like she shouldn't be resigned to it and there should be maybe a little more urgency, but
Yeah.
sounds like I'm glad.
I mean, Gwen and I talked for a long time. She was so funny. I've talked to her for like 15 hours, but we were talking and she was like, yeah, I mean, if I won the lottery and I didn't have to do my job, I'd probably like
Right.
transition completely and I would
I was
just
wondering that, yeah.
absolutely do every single surgery available to me.
Right,
I would
right.
go for it. But
And then
right
just
now,
be
like,
Gwen.
Yeah.
What?
Be Gwen.
yeah, and just be
Just be
Gwen all the
Gwen, yeah.
time.
Okay.
And, but she was like, you know, right now, like, I do really love my job and like it is the price to pay for living in like a capitalist hellscape, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I can do it and I'm great at my job and
Yeah.
I'm knowledgeable.
I
And
Yeah,
wonder
yeah.
to what extent, because I actually do think, I don't know, if I had to make a guess, if I had to wager, I think that will happen for Gwen. Not the lottery, but I do think, I'm
I
guessing
agree,
she'll
I agree.
transition. I just think
Yeah,
that seems
yeah.
like,
It seems like that's
Right.
the path.
and I wonder if when that happens, Gwen will be like, great, I'm doing this. I was happy then, I'm happy now, or I'm happier now, but like that was good. Or if she'll look back and be like, that was crazy that I did that for so long.
I do wonder.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
actually just don't, I could be either. Could
But
be
that's
either.
the way all of life goes for everybody. Is
Yes,
you
totally.
look back and you're like, why did I do that for so
Yeah.
long?
No,
Like
totally.
crazy.
Mhm.
Or you're like, yeah, that was totally fine, and that was what the
Yeah.
situation called for.
Sometimes you're like, right, like that was crazy, but honestly, it was kind of tea for
Yeah,
what
yeah.
my life was. So
but also,
no
Yeah.
worries.
you
It
do the
shaped
best
me
with
into
what
who
you
I am.
got.
You do
Yeah.
the best with what you got.
That's Gwen for us all. How did you feel
God.
about that?
I thought that was so cool. I have
Is
to
it?
say, like, this is a good podcast. You guys have
thank
done a good
you.
job.
Thank you.
Because, you know, like the premise is cool, but also could be done in a lot of different ways, and it could be a little bit more like in a bad way, like lurid. You know what I mean? It could be a little bit more like
Exploitative.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exploitative. And I like obviously I know because like I know your work that you're very like sensitive and thoughtful, and it's like it is lurid and fun, but like done with a lot of care. And I'm really interested in what feels like a totally true life of this
Yeah.
person, full of like honestly trauma, and then also like really fun cool stuff, and then
Yeah.
also like classic
Going to church with cum
existential
breath.
like existential difficulty
Yeah.
that I'm like, yeah, this is really, I'm interested in Gwen's story.
I just-
do. It's
and
a really
wish her the
interesting
best.
story.
It's so fun to get to talk to these people. Like this
Yeah.
genuinely a huge part of this when we were creating the show was like, how do we get people's stories but not have to like have them identify themselves? And
Yeah.
the biggest, easiest loophole that we could think of is just like have someone else play them.
How did you find her? Is she like a follower? You posted
Yeah,
a
so I
call?
posted a call out and I
Uh-huh.
just said, anybody willing to tell stories? And Gwen called and it was so much fun.
And it's fun, like what intersects and what doesn't.
Yes.
Like there's some of the stuff I totally related to, and then a bunch of
Totally.
it where I'm like, wow, like
Yeah.
that is not my experience at all.
Guys, this was so much fun.
was so
Thank
much
you so much for
fun.
doing this.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
thank you.
Truly, thank you for having me. Sorry, I'm wearing shorts.
We'll invite you back and you can wear anything you'd like. If you
I'll
want
have
to
a
do
gorgeous
shorter
evening
shorts.
gown.
Oh, you're gonna go the
yeah,
other way.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be completely formal.
Okay.
Oh my god, gloves. But
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
making the
Yeah,
cards
yeah.
like difficult.
No,
A
I'm
little
gonna-
hat, like covering one eye, maybe.
Like a veil, like
I'm
a
gonna do
pillbox
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
veil.
a David Byrne suit.
Oh,
Really
okay, it's
wide.
like huge,
Yeah.
and you can't even fit in the
I
chair.
can't even fit in the
Yes.
chair. I'm like boxy.
bumping into the mic.
Oh.
So we'll see. I can't wait to
wrestling.
come back.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your costumes ready.
Mhm,
Yeah.
exactly.
This is
I'll do a
great.
change halfway through.
Perfect.
This would be great.
No acknowledgement of it.
No, we
would
won't. We won't
love
at all.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We would scream for
I'll
that.
go from
Yes.
Justin to Kelly.
Yes.
Wow, thank you
Totally.
so much.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you,
Thank you guys. This is so fun. And shout out to Gwen. And
Shout out, Gwen.
Shout out
shout out to
Gwen.
everyone out there who is living a life facing deep existential challenge. I believe in you, and I believe in your fortitude and your bravery.
Yes.
And I'm proud of what you've done.
Yeah.
That's my camera. Okay.
Oh,
Any of
so
them.
sweet.
Is there
Okay.
anything that you want to promote? Shout out because
Oh,
you've
yeah,
had some shows
totally.
here in LA.
Oh
what
my
do you?
God, yeah. Well, I have a podcast. Let me look directly into the camera. I'm 4. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a podcast, and it's called Exploration Live, and you can listen to it on Spotify. So how perfect is that? Because you're probably listening to this on Spotify. So go ahead, save it, download it, and just listen to it. It's really fun. But only do it if you've liked my energy. And if you haven't liked my energy, all good. We can go our separate ways.
That's
no
fine.
hard feelings.
Yeah.
That's my pitch. Thank you.
But you also do some stand-up shows.
I do stand-up.
shows.
Please go online, everyone, and watch 2 things on
Yeah.
YouTube. 1, obviously, emo bullies kissing, and then 2, Charlie's stand-up bit about
Yes.
Put that right in the queue.
right
yep.
after.
No problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
well,
you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
This is
you.
awesome.
If you're interested in us sharing your business anonymously on our next episode, or just want to drop us a line, email us at noneofmybusinesspodcast@gmail.com. None of My Business is hosted by me, Sophia Benoit, and my co-host, Kelsey June Jensen. Our supervising producer is Justin Sales. Additional production by Sasha Ashal, Austin Gale, and Juliana Ress. Video editing and production by Kayla Talley. Social media support comes from Austin Gale, Kayla Talley, and Sasha Ashal. Special thanks go to Jonathan Ratliff, Hannah Waken, John Richter, Belle Roman, and Alea Zaniris. Art direction by David Shoemaker. Motion design by Skull Closet Studio. Photography by Kyle Smithers. Hair by Issa Wilson. If you enjoyed today's show, like and subscribe, follow, or leave us a 5-star review. If you didn't like today's episode, well, that's none of our business.